You knew Jimi Hendrix, is that right?
Yeah, with Jimmy James.
Jimmy James.
Right. And he had a band called Jimmy James and the Blue Flames. And he came into Jimmy's music store with an old beat-up Duosonic.
Okay.
I think he had just, if I'm correct, I think he had just gotten, he was playing with Joey D and the Starlighters down at the Peppermint Lounge. But I think he just got off the road with Little Richard. But he had, this beat-up Duosonic, cool guitars, but they were like Fender student guitars.
Yeah.
And he wanted to trade it. And I had just put together a beautiful white Stratocaster that I had strung up, a right-handed Strat that I'd strung up left-handed and intonated and everything for a person that wanted it. They hadn't showed up. So it was sitting there. So I went, okay, I'll trade you even. So Frank and Jim Squalacci docked me 3 weeks' pay because they said that was not a good deal. And these guys are businessmen. I get it.
Yeah.
But Jimmy then invited me to come down to the Cafe Wa to hear the band. Bass player was late, so I got a chance to play a tune or two. And after that, we became friends in a sense that, you probably have friends that you don't see for a long time.
Yeah.
But as soon as you sit down with them, it's like timeless.
Yeah.
It's like what we were talking about entanglement with electrons. It's quantum physics, right?
Right.
It's just, it's perfect. So the same thing with Jimmy. Whenever we had a chance to get together, very quiet, very pensive. The first time I heard him play Wind Cries Mary, I said, that's it. That's it. This guy has synthesized Little Beaver and Curtis Mayfield into a style of guitar that I will strive in any way I can to learn to play and to perfect and to take to the next step. But yeah, a very fine person. It was very interesting too because that was around the time of the Vietnam War. And Jimmy, I believe, was in the 101st Airborne.
He was.
And I mean, you're playing down in the village. And of course, everything is, rah, 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 and hate the war and such. And every time they would try to engage him, he would just quiet. So I think he was a patriot. As a matter of fact, I think that's why he played the Star Spangled Banner at Woodstock.
Makes sense.
From the heart.
Yeah.
But the conversations were always about music. We're always about Fender guitars. And he had a very interesting childhood. Not easy, but he managed to find all the opportunities that you could find to play. I got involved with some very well-known people very quickly. So anyway, I miss him. I think he was a very special person. He changed the world as far as I'm concerned. He, like Jeff Beck, was, I'm going to say is, because for me they aren't were. You never know where they're going.
I'd like to take a second to talk to you about this channel. This is actually Rick Beato 2. I've had it since the beginning of my main channel, and many of you are not subscribed. As a matter of fact, 87% of the people that watch this channel regularly are not subscribed. So I encourage you to hit the subscribe button on this channel and on my main channel. This will help me get even more of my dream guests and help continue to grow both channels. Thank you.
And to me, that's the hallmark. There are other guitar players, very well guitar players, you know where they're going, which is okay. Mm-hmm. But I like the idea of pushing the envelope a little bit. We were talking about improvising.
Yeah.
And why improvisation is important. And you had asked me how to do it. So I'll tell you the deep secret.
I was asking how you do it, because you have such a unique style of playing.
Thank you. I never really think about it because as a studio rat, I mean, 1 minute I'm doing a Doritos commercial, and then the next minute I'm doing an album with Barbra Streisand, and after that a soundtrack for Jamie Horner. So I'm not really sure what style is where. You just call on it. I've given a couple of guitar lessons. I suck at that. But somebody said, I did give guitar lessons for a month.
Okay.
Out of Jack's Drum Shop in Boston.
Nice.
And I only gave one lesson. Said, here's the deal. I'm going to teach you how to sing to play the guitar. Because you could sing anything, really. I mean, even if your voice sucks, it doesn't make any difference. You can sing anything. Well, if you could translate that to your fingers, you have a built-in guitar teacher. And you listen to musicians like Oscar Peterson and stuff. You know what they're doing it. They're singing it. That's what they're doing. And they have managed to connect that with their fingers. So if you just sit there, take 5-10 minutes a day, and just go da 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 da, just teach yourself to do that. 6 months you're going, you're connected. So now you can phrase any way you want to, and you can, by learning the phrasing of other singers, and now being able to hear in your voice when you watch a guitar player play, bingo. That's it. That's all you need to do. You just got to put the two together and teach yourself to do it. It's not hard.
Improvising was such a big part of being a session musician because you would read charts, but you'd...
If there was 16 bars with nothing on it, yeah. I mean, if it's fly shit, I'm calling Dennis Budimir or Tommy Tedesco anyway. I mean, I could read okay, but these guys like fly shit,
Right.
But yes, there are times when they say, we just want you to do what you do. And you're right, improvising. And then you have to draw on, okay, now it's an analytical process. Do you repeat the theme as the opening piece? What is it about the song that you can use to relate your solos to and still create a composition? Because I think every solo should have a beginning, a middle, and it should be a composition, even if you're doing it on the fly.
Yeah.
So, but I guess I'll take that as a compliment, because the improvisational part to me is the most fun.